Today we're going to talk about heat transfer paper. Someone had posted a question on one of my videos about how long does heat transfer paper usually last. And before we can talk about that, I want to tell you a few different kinds of transfer paper, and I would let you know the brands that I use. First, you have the transfer paper for dark clothing. That's the one that's most used. Well, that's the one that I mostly use because it can go on any color garments, but you know it's good for covering dark garments so that you can't see through it. And then you have the kind for light clothing, and it can only go on white or light colored clothes. Then you have the dye sublimation transfer paper that only works on polyester clothing. The two that I mentioned before that, the kind for light clothing and the kind for the dark clothing, you know, that works on cotton and poly blends, and it could also work on polyester, but I think sometimes the polyester could bleed through. But I mostly print on 100% cotton shirts unless someone requests something different. And the different types of transfer paper that I have used. Now, Walmart sells the Avery transfer paper. When I first started out, I had used that type before, and you know, it's not as high quality as the kinds that you would buy in bulk, such as like this one, this Laser One Opaque. This is my main transfer paper. This is the one that I usually use when I'm using transfer paper for whatever type of printing I'm doing. And then you have the Jet Dark. This is the paper you would print using an inkjet printer, and this Jet Pro Soft Stretch. This is a kind of transfer paper that you print it on an inkjet printer, and you would only use it for light colors and white. If you use it on something that's not exactly white, it will bleed through on some colors like white and lighter colors that you print. The feel of the transfer paper for the dark garments, there's actually a hand. It's kind of a heavy hand. You know, when you feel it, you can feel that there's something on your shirt. It's not like when you use the light papers. It's thinner because it's actually transferring mostly ink from your garment to your shirt. The white transfer paper will leave the backing, like if when you print it out, the transfer paper may be like a square, and if you put it on your shirt like that, it's gonna be that exact shape as it is unless you cut the design out. And that goes for your dark transfer paper also. You have to cut it out or it will leave the square image on there. And this right here, this is an example of, this shirt was done with transfer paper, and it is letters cut out. And right here, you can see my machine cut it out. And this shirt right here is just an old shirt, and it has actually never been washed before. I just used to have it on display, but you can see, it has, you can check it out and see kind of what it looks like. I used my vinyl cutter to contour cut, and it cut around. It left a little white in some places, but it pretty much cut around it, and and that way the letters were on there. And right here you can see everything, all the letters on there and stuff. This shirt right here, it was printed with the Jet Pro Soft Stretch paper, and this shirt was printed in 2009, and even after several washes and wears, the shirt kind of has started to look dingy and has some stains on it now. But if you look right here, the design is still pretty good on here. It didn't mess up too bad over those years. And right here, you can see the back pretty much looks perfect. And this shirt, the ones you do with the Jet Pro Soft Stretch, you can actually wash them and dry them, and it does not really do too much to them as long as you once as long as you follow the instructions on the package. Jet Pro Soft Stretch, it is made to have a softer feel. Like it pretty much, you can't feel it on the shirt. It pretty much feels just like the t-shirt material. So what you do is when you use the Jet Pro Soft Stretch, you would after you peel the, after you press the image on the shirt and peel it off, you would pull it while it's still hot. Pull it and stretch it, which gives it a soft hand. But if you want a harder hand or a heavier hand, just don't pull it. But when you stretch it, it makes it where you can stretch the shirt and it lasts longer. This right here, this is actually supposed to be white. You can see that on this shirt right here, how this is white, or it was white when it was first printed, and this is supposed to be white. You can see how the yellow is showing through. So it's not, exactly as it was designed to be, but it still looks okay. It's just not the way it was designed to be, like with this shirt. And this right here, this is the Jet Opaque shirt. I'm sorry, the Jet Dark shirt. It actually came out pretty good also, and this is from 2009. And I had two boys, both of them wore this shirt, and it was washed and it was dried, and the back actually looks pretty good from a distance. But I'm gonna show a close-up of it so that you can see. And then we have this shirt. This shirt right here is actually 2 years old. Yeah, because it was made for my nephew's birthday shower, and before he was born, and he just turned 2. And this shirt is actually 2 years old. It's been washed and dried, and obviously was not pulled promptly from the dryer. And this shirt right here, and this blue one right here, you can see that this one is wearing out, but the red one is actually in worse shape. It had to be worn and washed more times than this, but this is a 2-year shirt also. This shirt is 2 years old. You see, this is pretty much gone. This shirt, they should go ahead and throw this one in the trash. You really can't tell what the image was of. You really just cannot tell what the image is supposed to be. And this one is pretty much gone too. It's even worse than this one. With this one, you cannot tell anything what the image is supposed to be. You can't tell at all. But on this one, you at least can see right here. Well, this could be a zebra. This could be a monkey or something. You can kind of see a little bit on there. You can still see the picture, but you can tell that it's cracking in spots. It is starting to turn white, in areas, which is where it's cracking at, and which leads to the shirt showing through, kind of like on this one right here, and the small parts are starting to wash out. If you take proper care of your t-shirts when you use the t-shirt transfer, it can last you at least a year, I would say, with wearing, I'm just going to say wearing maybe twice a month, but as long as you wash and do not dry, hang it out to dry, then it will last longer than if you just had if you just threw it in the dryer and, just let the clothes run until they dried, instead of pulling it promptly out. If you pull it from the dryer promptly, you probably could get a year or close to it also. So that's just a little bit about transfers. And right now, all I can show you is these shirts, but I will come back with a part 2 where I take some shirts and I will write the date on the shirt, and I will wear the shirt and keep track of how many times I wash it. I'm going to take 3 shirts, and I'm going to do one shirt where I take it, I wash it, and I don't put it in the dryer at all. I'm going to do shirt number 2. I take it and I wash it and I put it in the dryer, but I pull it out promptly. And I'm going to use the Laser 1 Opaque, since that's my main transfer paper, and I'm going to do another shirt where I just put it in the dryer and I leave it in the dryer as much as, you know, I would leave any other clothing. But that right now, that's as close as I can get to showing you guys how long the transfer paper lasts. And you kind of see with these two shirts that have the same design on them that it depends. Like you know, these are different family member shirts I just grabbed. But right here you can see this shirt actually looks better than this shirt. So, you know, it just depends on the care of the shirts. That's my view on the transfer paper. I will be doing a part 2 where I actually do 3 designs on 3 different shirts. It may take a while before I get back with the part 2 of the video, but I will, as soon as I get a chance to do the designs, I will film that part. And thank you guys for watching. Please rate, comment, and if you have any questions, please leave them below, and I will answer them as soon as I can. And thank you for watching. Bye.